evening to you. I'm Nalina Shapiro. More pieces of the country's strictest new gun law are going into effect in New York State. Tonight, News 4's George Rickard is spelling out the new rules gun owners will now have to follow. George?
Yeah, Nalina, up to now, gun owners could still sell certain guns to strangers, no questions asked. But starting tomorrow, anyone selling any gun in New York has to make sure there's a background check.
There's been no communication. Here it is. Do it.
Gun dealer Dennis Deasy says he's received no instructions from the state. But starting Saturday, if you want to sell any gun to a stranger, he believes you'll both have to come to a gun dealer so he can run a background check.
I'm going to have to get involved in doing paperwork and only getting a $10 fee out of it. It's not technically really even worth my time. God's honest truth, I think that very few people are going to do it.
Why?
Well, it's a legal firearm. They'll just sell it. They'll turn around and say, well, I sold it at a gun show. I sold that thing years ago. It's an unenforceable law.
Another provision of the SAFE Act that takes effect Saturday requires mental health professionals to report any patient who they feel could be a threat to himself or to others. The Veterans Administration is refusing to do it, saying it violates the oath of confidentiality. UB's Director of Psychiatry, Michael Cummings, says being reported would stay on your record for 5 years.
It's about 12 times more likely that a seriously mentally ill individual will be a victim of a crime than a perpetrator. And really only about 4% of violent crimes are committed by those with serious mental illness.
A Silver Creek man is the first to be arrested under the New York SAFE Act. 32-year-old Benjamin Wassel is charged with a felony and a misdemeanor charge for selling assault-style weapons to an undercover officer. One of the guns just became an assault weapon under the SAFE Act because it had a pistol grip and a detachable clip. Anyone who owns them can keep them as long as they register them by next year. But selling them in New York State became illegal immediately in January. Wassel is due back in town of Hanover Court next Wednesday. His attorney wouldn't comment other than to say there are a lot of issues with this new law. You can find answers to common questions about the SAFE Act on WIVB.com. George Rickard for the 10 o'clock news.